Welcome to the Intuitive Teacup, my friends. These tarot readings are meant to motivate, empower, and inspire you. Please keep an open heart and an open mind as you watch these general readings, as some material will resonate and some might not. Do have faith it is serving someone out there, and take away only what resonates for you. Please release the rest. Feel free to book a personal reading with me if you would like something catered specifically to your inquiries and energy. That information is down below for you. You are responsible for all actions and decisions and the vibe that you bring to this channel. This is optional advice or guidance, and of course, you will always have free will. Check the box below for my social media links, the decks I use, and more information on this channel. Let's hop into your tarot reading. What's up, guys? Happy February. Happy to have you here at the Intuitive Teacup. Some very short announcements. It's Aquarius season, so I'm trying to be innovative and shake it up and do things differently. So we're going to do a different spread for your February monthlies. It will include love and money, as well as some other things too, using Black Moon astrology cards. This is such a cool deck. Really excited to share it with you. I did promise you earlier I was going to start using love oracles in your readings. So what we're going to do, rather than doing it in February monthlies, this is going to be a separate reading for Valentine's Day, very focused on love and romance and relationships. So look forward to that probably the next time around. Last but not least, I did my first deck review, and I'm so excited to share it with you. So far, the reception has been pretty positive, so I'm looking to make that a monthly thing. Every month, I'll review a new deck so you can get a look at the cards and preview it, see if it's something you're interested in. And if not, that's okay. There will always be a collective reading at the end of those deck reviews with timestamps. So if you want to hop right to the end of that video, you can see if there's anything for you in that collective reading. The last one I did was called the Triple Goddess Tarot Deck Review, so welcoming you and encouraging you to check that out. Other than that, let's hop into your February monthly tarot reading. What's up, Scorpio? Happy February, happy Aquarius season. Let's talk about your month of February. All right, so what does Scorpio need to invest in emotionally? What are they being asked to consider emotionally? Their emotional senses, their romantic life. The Four of Cups, are you happy? Are you settling? Are you bored? Do you need to shake it up with your person? Are you putting too much stock and investment in other people making you happy? If you are single, how can you be happy and single? Can the two coexist? Yes, they can. So if they're not currently, you need to find creative solutions to that. You need to be happy independently on your own. Some of you are in a relationship and it just feels like, again, either you're not in it wholeheartedly, or you may be concerned that your person isn't. And I would offer you this. I hate to put a dark cloud over this, but your intuition is on point. If you're in a relationship and you feel like your person is getting distant or cold, they probably are. You're very psychic, Scorpio. Not only that, you feel things very deeply, very real, very raw. So I'm being called to say your intuition is right on point. So rather than look at that as like a negative or a prison sentence, look at it as this positive confirmation that you are right. Your intuition is steering you correctly. Some of you are breaking it off from your partner, especially your Gemini, and only take that message if it resonates for you, right? It's not going to be everyone's story. And a lot of you, here's the thing, this isn't necessarily a scorpionic energy to me, so it may go vice versa. It seems like you're holding on to this out of, well, I don't want to be single, so I guess it's okay for now. So just watch that you're not using people, right? Don't shoot the messenger. I get it, Scorpio. We all kind of go through these difficult periods, but it seems like you're holding on to someone, but your heart isn't in it. But rather than roll the dice and take a chance to just see what else is out there, which by default would very likely involve being single for a period of time, it's like you're holding on to it out of familiarity. Apathy is a big word that comes to mind with the Four of Cups. So it's just like, it's okay, but there's nothing exciting about it. So here's the thing. Some of you're being asked to consider emotionally, where do you stand with the Pisces? For a lot of you, I think this Pisces is someone who's interested in you, but you either aren't looking at them romantically, probably because you're still in this, right? Now, not to say you aren't with a Pisces right now. Some of you might be, but I feel like there's a Pisces hanging out around you, and I'm almost taking that to mean that they're waiting for you to be single or available so that they can tag that. No, I'm just kidding. So they can hop on it with you. And some of you are just kind of sad. You're in your feels about something, so you may be experiencing some sort of loss, whether that's a job or a person, or you seem like you're going through a bit of a struggle emotionally. So know that this is due to change. With the Hanged Man coming through, whatever you're feeling right now, it's not going to stay that way very long. In fact, we're already about to transition, but are you ready to make those changes? Are you ready to embrace a new chapter in your life? Are you ready to release or let go of or sacrifice something that you're currently holding on to that universe is saying, but we don't need that. Can we let that go? So again, that might be a person, or it just might be a mindset, a lack mindset. So tell me what's coming in, either emotionally, romantically. That's really what you're being asked to look at. I want to say romantically, but emotionally in the month of February. Something is weighing you down. Something is bringing your energy down. So it's your choice, but are you ready to release that or let go of whatever it is? So a lot of you are going to have success in your money, or there could be a new relationship with your money. I know that's kind of a funny way to put it. And I'm not even reading for money yet. I will relay the message, though, that there could be a really nice business partnership, especially in something involving fashion or clothing or sneakers or something more kind of something you wear, something you decorate, something you wear kind of like on the outside. I am sort of looking at like fashion models is sort of what I'm seeing. But it could be something like a magazine spread or something very visually pleasing, like a visual aesthetic. You could get, called into a job to work at the office that does something like that. Anyway, it seems like you have really good business partnership on the horizon for you, in which case that may be a good way to focus your energy so that you're not thinking about the breakup or the emotional relationship that's kind of weighing you down. It's not about neglecting it and not allowing yourself to feel the feels, but it's about being productive with that energy and putting it to good use. Okay? Some of you may have an air sign coming in, especially a male. Sorry, did I say air sign? Okay, that came out for a reason, so take it if it's your message. What I meant to say was Earth. Muse of Materials is the King of Pentacles in this deck, so Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, anyone? It seems like there's a nice little... Okay, so there could be a new one coming in which case this person is probably very good with their money. They probably dress real nice. They're probably dreamy and all that good stuff. It's also saying you may have had like a twin flame or a karmic relationship with one, which has served its purpose, like it's ran its course. So it goes both ways. You may be exiting something with an earth sign, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, or you may be moving towards a new one, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. And again, I did accidentally say air. So that could be Gemini, Libra, Aquarius is air. And last but not least, you seem to be having tricky or troubled or turbulent relations right now with a water sign, whether it's your best friend or your mother or your child. Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces. Again, I think that's going to transition into something better, but you are being asked to kind of examine it and work through those challenges as best you can, right? You can't control other people and how they feel or what they say. You can only control you. So that's sort of your area of focus regarding your water elements. I'm reading by elements for the month of February. So let's move in to, let's do this one. So what are you being asked to either think more about or communicate? Air energy. It is called the card of communicating. So let's see. In Scorpio's intellectual realm or air energy, let's say, for the month of February, roughly. Deck's upside down. Interesting. So you do have two male earth signs coming through very strongly, especially King of Pentacles. You may be communicating something very important about your money or your funds or your bank account. You could be meeting with a financial advisor. You may also be giving notice at your job, or very much there's an element here of like mustering up the courage to ask for the raise or to ask for the promotion. Something regarding your workspace, you're being asked to be more vocal or advocate about it. You may be doing a lot of research about your... I'm hearing the word funding, but the words aren't coming to me. It has to do with I'm hearing legacy, your long-term bank accounts and assets. And it's like you're organizing and ordering where your money lies and moving it from this space to that space or from that account to... There's something to do with researching and communicating, again, with a financial advisor about long-term income, or possibly how to improve your income. You may be looking at new houses, or if you're looking to buy a new space. There's something about anything to do with your physical or tangible possessions, your house, your job, your stuff, your money. You're either researching about that or you're having a lot of conversations about that, which I know seems like a ho-hum message, but I mean, monthly readings, right? So let's see. It doesn't have to be huge things is what I'm trying to say by that. Tell me a little bit more. What does Scorpio need to communicate about their money or research more into? Whoa. So a lot of you are struggling with money. You need to be more savvy or well-versed on how to make the most of it. Some of you may be applying for a loan. So if money's tight, you need to be solution-oriented. And for a lot of you, that involves doing some research or talking to your brother-in-law who works in finances or something of the sort. There you are. A lot of you are going to have an inheritance. Yeah, there's an inheritance coming your way, and it may allow you something about the money you wanted to put into a business or to a very special project. It seems like there will be an allocation to do that, whether it's a financial loan or, again, possibly an inheritance from a grandmother for some of you. Especially a Cancerian may have to do with this. I don't know if it's a collaboration with a Cancer or your husband, your wife. It could be like your spouse's inheritance or something like that. A lot of you are being asked to communicate, I don't mean to offend, reverse the words if you need, but to communicate with God, with Source, with Universe. You're being asked to spend time in your faith and, very Aquarian type energy, like otherworldly type communication. A lot of you are almost like psychic mediums, but you don't know it. But very Scorpionic, you get that vibe, you get that feeling, that's for a reason. So it's not something to fear, and of course only if you're comfortable exploring that avenue in life, but you're being asked to spend more time communicating with something higher than yourself. Especially of a loved one who has passed on, or, I hate to be silly, but it can be like your dog. It's all energy, right? I think it has to do with some sort of, I'm hearing like reconciliation. So yes, for some of you, especially if you dated another Scorpio, that's certainly in the cards for you if there's a mutual interest, but it's about reconciling something in yourself, Scorpio, because it feels like something or someone is missing in your life. Especially a father figure or a husband. And I don't ever predict scary stuff on my channel. You know that. But if it's your message, you know. The signs are all around you. You're growing in ways that you've never grown before. But it has to do with opening yourself up to things that maybe you're intimidated by or they scare you a little bit. But the thing is, you hold a lot of power in that area. I hope that makes sense to some of you. I know that one's a little bit murky to me as well, so I assume it's probably a very specific message for some of you. Some of you quite literally just need to communicate something to your Earth sign, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, who you're having hardship with. It seems like you guys are either on the outs or you're just going through a difficult marriage or a difficult struggle. You could be going through a difficult time financially and it's putting a strain on the marriage. That could be with any zodiac sign, especially a difficult time in your marriage because of money. Others of you need to communicate with the Scorpio. If that doesn't make sense to you, and again, that could be your child, your parent, that could be a lot of different Scorpios. I don't know who they all are. It also has to do with internal communication between yourself and whatever you believe in as a source of like divinity. That's a major area of focus for you in Aquarius season, okay? Let's talk about your money specifically. What offers Scorpio stability in the month of February? Because it seems like a lot of you need that. It seems like money could be tight for a lot of you. You need to quit spending your money on, no offense, Scorpio, dumb shit that you don't need. A lot of you are buying things and item in excess because you don't feel good right now. This feels like a lot of you are going on unnecessary shopping sprees. Or even if you don't have a lot of extra money, it's like you're still buying Starbucks every morning and afternoon. And like you need to be much better about your spending habits because you can't afford not to, is what I'm saying. And I don't do fear-based messages, right? I'm not trying to come at it like that, but the first message I got is you are addicted to unhealthy spending. And for some of you, it even has to do with substance abuse, like you're spending way too much on booze, or like, I know easier said than done, but like you need to quit smoking, like all that money you're putting to it, and it's not healthy anyway. It's like, what purpose is it serving? That's really what you need to do. And so that makes sense to me because a lot of you, you're seeking financial counseling. I see that happening for a lot of you if you want it, right? You have free will. This doesn't have to be your message, but your money is going into a black pit is what I'm hearing. You're spending money on something that it's just not worth it. And it doesn't have to be unhealthy. You may view it at one point as a necessity, but if with a zoom out perspective, you're going to look at it and be like, oh yeah, I can't afford that apartment. I need to move. Like that type of thing. You're going to realize it's something about the money pit, right? That expression. There's something you're putting a lot of funds and resources into that you've outgrown it. And by staying there longer, it is contributing to negativity and stress in your life financially. I'm even getting like, this is kind of a dark message and I don't totally feel comfortable saying it. So just know in advance, like be kind. I don't mean this for everyone. Some of you have a pet or an animal that is very, very elderly and old, and you're paying thousands of dollars monthly in medical expenses and bills. Here's the thing. I'm not telling you what to do. I'm simply offering, is that pet enjoying their life anymore? Or is it like you're trying to keep something that you're going against the natural course of nature? I hope that makes sense. And I know that's a very sensitive topic. Again, I don't mean to offend or make anyone extra emotional because I know some of you guys are going through it. This could even be, again, about your pet. I feel like I even said that accidentally earlier. I have the chills, you guys. So think about quality of life. That's all I'm going to say, because I do see that for some of you, especially I'm hearing Capricorn. So I don't know if your husband or your brother or whoever is a Capricorn, somebody has a pet, and obviously they love this pet. They're putting a lot of money into, again, keeping that pet alive. But you guys know where I'm okay. It's sensitive. I know. I'm hearing like it's sensitive. Don't touch it. Don't touch it. But I did relay the message. So I did it. All right, moving on. What else can I tell Scorpio about money? So the same message came out for Cancer. Are you having fun? I feel like a lot of times that seems very rudimentary and like a fluffy message of, well, I need money. It doesn't have to be fun. I have to have a job. You are missing such a key component by denying yourself happiness and joy and passion into the work you do. Whether that's work in your house or in the office or whatever you do career-wise, this just may be saying put more spark and life into what you're creating. Do things with an energy of love and desire so that comes back to you in a monetary form. It seems like you guys are very lackluster. And I hate to be like crude, but a lot of times this can be a card of like sexually charged and sexual passion. When it's in reverse, right? You get my metaphor there. Something isn't lighting your fire, and I think you're being asked to either rekindle that, or more than likely, you're in a situation that it's just not good for you anymore. And so you may be clinging to it out of familiarity. I would even offer out of in terms of like a job or a relationship, again, money, codependency, like, well, I need that. It's my only source of income. You're absolutely right. You need to use your logic, but you also need to think of the long-term stability it provides you and the longevity. Is it there in the long run? I think after some assessment, a lot of you are going to realize, no, my passion isn't in this anymore. That's okay. That's your awakening. That's your epiphany. That's going to help you. It doesn't mean you need to pull out entirely all at once and not have a backup plan. That wouldn't be smart. You should have a backup plan. But you're being asked to consider it more and more because I think a lot of you have put it on the back burner. There's a lot going on right now in the world globally. Like, it's crazy times. So we don't always have the luxury to think, well, am I happy? I get that, but in this spread, in the month of February, Spirit is saying, no, but Scorpio, are you happy? That's important. And if you're not, that's okay. But again, you need to find ways to be solution oriented. We got to get you happy again. We got to get you jazzed and excited about life. And my goodness, the more I look at this, Scorpio, you have some challenges. You got 4 of Cups. You got 5 of Pentacles. You got the Tower. You got 7 of Pentacles. Like, it seems like in many areas of your life, you're taking stock of what you got. And I'm not projecting this onto you. I think from your perspective, you're feeling very lackluster about it. So I'm asking you, what is priority for you? Is it your job? Is it your family? Is it your love life? Start small. Pick one, right? You may be overwhelmed to start. It's almost like give your life a makeover. That's a lot, right? So break it down into tangible pieces and start one at a time. If you put more passion into something, you will see growth and you will see results. I'm going to offer you this too. Of all the things I just mentioned, family, relationships, whatever, something to do with your money or your house or your possessions, it's on the up and up. You have the Ace of Wands, you have the spark, you have the magic, but you haven't put it into action yet. So that transitions perfectly into where can we put our action. This is good. It comes after a series of, it comes after a period of contemplation, but that's where the, again, the awakening, the epiphany, the ideas are going to come. But you have to spend time in that energy that may not always feel productive. To sit down and think, well, whatever, what am I going to write my next novel about? I have to brainstorm and I have to, do a map and whiteboard and chalkboard and sometimes that feels like a waste of time, but it's not, because it's a necessary step in the process, especially to do with your career and your money. Something about merging two ideas into one could be very lucrative. And again, do not neglect the passion and the enjoyment. If you're going to do something for the rest of your life, you may as well enjoy it, right? I mean, that's such a defeatist attitude to be like, well, no one likes their job. I would argue very differently. A lot of people love their job, but they had to take a risk or do something atypical or untraditional to make that field or line of work for them in a personal way that gives them that motivation and inspiration. I know I'm starting to sound like Tony Robbins, but do not neglect the passion that you bring to your projects, because you do. You're Scorpio. You're very intense. You bring a lot of power, not even trying. Like, you bring a lot of power to whatever you do easily and effortlessly, because it's how it's just your modus operandi. I can't believe I just said that. I'm such a nerd. Anyway, moving on. Let's talk about what you need to put more action into, or desire, or passion. That's a really important message for all of these areas in your life. You gotta get the passion back. Seems like your fire was fanned out, and that happens. It feels like you're exhausted, but it's not a time to give up. If anything, you have a period of healing coming in. The Devil and the Tower are right in a row. So as crazy as this feels, or whatever shitstorm you're facing in your life, know that you're actually exactly on track. And I know that's a hard message to hear when you're in the thick of it and you're not enjoying anything. This is all divinely guided to realign you to your North Star, to get you to where you want to be. But you have to want to get there. That's the key ingredient. You have to keep showing up to your own life. You're manifesting a new beginning. Something with science and technology may be important to you. I don't know if that's career-wise or something in the medical profession or the medical industry. And not to get political by any means, but there could be something very relieving to you about getting a vaccine, or something about that for you specifically, Scorpio, might be like life-changing, or it's like a weight lifted off your shoulder. And again, I'm not trying to stand on my political platform here. That's a you decision that has nothing to do with me. I'm just saying there's some message there about, even if it's just like a medical checkup or a surgery you've been putting off, afterwards you're going to be like, oh, I feel so much better. It's like you were making it out to be a monster. And then you come to face your fear, you do it, and then you're like, it's better. Taking small steps is going to cause drastically improved situations for you. Something medical. And researching about your money. You guys need to start doing that. All right, so yeah. I'm getting crazy messages, so obviously these are very specific. Some of you are fighting with an ex who actually ended up having to serve time, like behind bars or in prison. And I don't know if it was long term. This is someone who you might not even speak to anymore. I see you breaking the ice with them again, especially someone who like served time, or it could even be like community service. Like somebody got in trouble with the law, and I don't know if it was an ex or a family member or something. And again, I think for the longest time you were like disowning them. That's coming back around. Do you have to take that message? Of course not. You have free will, but something about that's very important. Possibly with an air sign, a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, especially a Gemini, but it doesn't have to be. And you did have that message earlier, didn't you? Or maybe that was Cancer. I don't know. Gemini came up earlier. Sorry, I think it was Cancer's reading. But nonetheless, it came up here, so. Some of you need to Again, I get this message is loaded because we don't always have the luxury to be choosy when times are desperate. However, I would offer what you settle for is the signals you're sending to the universe of what you feel you deserve. So a lot of you are in, I'm hearing the word duel or like a fighting match about your salary and your paycheck because you feel like your boss is trying to keep you in this very tight situation with very little pay raise. And the thing is, I think you're busting out of that, it's like a mental prison of how much you deserve. I see you fighting in terms of contracts and money. You're fighting for a bigger loan or a raise or something. You're fighting against the authoritarian who's trying to keep you quiet or trying to keep you stuck. I see you mustering up the courage, the confidence, the strength to fight back and be like, no, that's not my story. Like, I do feel like that may have to do with a job. I also see it as you getting your voice back. This actually, the more I dig into it, this feels very oppressive. So again, it won't be a story for everyone, but you may have even been within a relationship, again, romantic or not, any type of relationship where there was an abuse of power or an abuse of authority. And almost like you were too scared to say something, you're about to say something. And again, that could be life-changing. This is a very big message, but there's even something here about almost like I actually heard civil rights, believe it or not. But there is something about like, again, humanitarian, very Aquarian-esque energy. You're leading the charge on fighting against something that was very toxic or abusive, possibly in a work environment. And it's not that you're doing it to seek out fame or publicity, press, but more or less that's what you get because you took the higher ground or you stood up for the injustice that was going on. And a lot of you're going to make the headlines or something of the sort. You may even write like a tell-all book about it. Ooh, Scorpio. If anyone's going to write a tell-all book, it's you. Scorpio's always got all the tea. That's very interesting. And here's the thing, it's because you're passionate about it. A lot of you are passionately fighting for a cause. So whether this was a very negative experience that you went through, or you may be defending those who were the victims or who suffered from this injustice, you seem to be like fighting for the people. This is actually a really cool message. You may even be working with people who are incarcerated. Again, like fighting for like criminal justice or something like that. Others of you, there's like a lack of desire with a fire sign because your fire sign is really rude or your fire sign is really demeaning. There's something about they talk down to you and like put you in a corner. It feels like you're being punished by an air sign. Or I'm sorry, a fire sign, but I did say air sign. So yeah, air and fire right now, for some of you, if you're already intuitively feeling this, it's on the rocks. You got like, if desire here is meaning sexual energy, I'm sure the sex is great because there's like interesting power dynamics there, but something about this long term, it's not healthy for you. So at minimum, you're being asked to think about it, but because it's coming up in fire and desire, you're being asked to take action on it and either move towards it or move towards fixing it. Put in the extra energy to find a way out of what feels like a very unhealthy situation. All right, Scorpio, that's what I got for you. Trying to keep these shorter this time around. Let me know what you think of this spread. I'm open to constructive criticism. Thanks for joining me here today, and I will see you next time for February love readings. They're going to be more Valentine's Day themed-esque. I don't even know what that means, but I'm going to figure it out. Thanks for joining me. Bye, guys.